Bharat Darshan is a 2-month-long journey around India, and we go in groups. So there was 18 of us in our group, and we started from Jammu. And the first posting was an army attachment, and it's always very special. I think this 10 days of army attachment is something I'll carry with me, because we actually stayed with the army personals at the border, at the line of control. We actually learned how they live in these areas, and while staying there, we were patrolling at the border. We met all the troops stationed there, and I came across so many of them who were from Manipur and Nagaland, and they were so happy to see me, because I realized that these men who are protecting our country live so far away from home, and they barely get to go back once or twice a year. So I met them, talked to them, and they said they have these problems with land, revenue, whatever small problems they have at home. And I always said they are welcome, their families are always welcome, and I'll try to expedite it as much as possible if I'm in that responsibility and that seat of responsibility. So I met them, and when we were staying there, when there was shelling from the border, so it was very scary. We went inside a bunker and we stayed there, but that was an interesting and a very scary experience as well, because and they made sure that we never took off a bulletproof vest and a helmet, which was very heavy for me. And I was complaining throughout that why am I being made to wear this? Can I just take it off for a few minutes? But then I realized when the shelling happened, I was like, that's why we need it, because it can happen anytime. And I think that's the kind of hardship they face, the kind of difficult terrain which is there. I will always remember how hard it is for our troops at the border, and we should never take their work for granted, their job for granted, and whatever way we can help them at their homes, getting whatever schemes they require, or whatever pension or whatever is required. I feel that we really need to expedite them and help them out, and I still try to do that. After that, we went to Rajasthan. We learned about the kind of smart city development they're doing in Jaipur, Udaipur, the kind of tourism which Rajasthan, I think they have packaged the tourism so well. So I think other states from other parts of the country need to learn from them, and how they have actually collaborated with the private hotels and the Maharajas to actually make it a very wonderful destination. So that's what we learned. Then we went to Gujarat. We learned about how well their corporate world is doing out there. We learned about the culture of how even though people are well to do there, but they never show off, and they're very humble, and it's very efficient. Things are done very efficiently there. Then we traveled to places like Lakshadweep, which is actually very difficult even for an Indian citizen to travel, because you have to take special permit there, and it's actually tiny, tiny islands. Like we could actually walk the entire island in 3-4 hours. So that's actually what we did. We took cycles, or we walked around several islands, and we went and talked to people. So it was a wonderful experience. And I think what I took away from this is, when you meet people on the ground, because in India we have a lot of this misunderstanding about other cultures and other parts of the country. We'll say that, oh, you're too proud, you're too smug, or Punjabis are like this, Manipuris are like this, Keralites are like this. But when you actually meet them and talk to them, you realize they are so much like you, and they have stories to tell. You have to listen to them, and you have to help them and help them achieve what they want to. I mean, you cannot make them rich, or you cannot make them perfect, but as our work as a civil servant is to guide them and to enable them to get what is required, whether it's the right to education, whether it's the right to food, or the right to health. So we should be able to act as a facilitator for these services. And I think that's what I realized, because people are smart, people are passionate, and they will achieve what they want. We just have to help them go to that.